And there aren't many moments left. We're down to about our last 20 minutes or so. So please, if you haven't already, give us a call at 293-0200 or 1-877-311-4877. Donate as generously as you can. In fact, if you want to hang in there for just a couple of more minutes, thanks to this gentleman right here, Chuck Berry with the Berry Companies, we're going to do a matching segment where you're going to be matching dollar for dollar, so we appreciate that. But first of all, welcome back. Good to see you again.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
I'm well, sir. How are things at the Berry Company?
Doing great. And I'm going to be retiring the end of January, so for me personally, they'll be doing great. And hopefully the Berry Company will survive. We'll have our 100th anniversary coming up in 2010.
Outstanding.
So things couldn't be better.
So you're coming up on 100 years. URS is hitting 50 years this year, believe it or not.
And this is a year of big anniversaries. And I'm glad to be down here in this, get out of this cold weather to come down here and help out URS. I mean, I've been helping them out since the mid-1970s here on Channel 2. And it's always great doing a match. I mean, what a way to stretch your dollar. It's like if you go to Walmart or someplace like that they give you extra money to spend. So call in right now with your pledge of support.
Yep, well said. Chuck, you and your company and your family go back so many years with this organization. Why the dedication? Why the long-time connection between the Berries and URS?
Well, it's always been a great cause. I've actually, the first event that I did with, back in those days was United Cerebral Palsy, but I did the Hike for the Handicap with Marge Bristow back, I think, 1974. That was in the fall of 74, and that was an interesting day for me because that was when I bought my first car all by myself, my very own car. And I actually, before I did that, though, I went out and walked. And that's what really got me involved and really got me interested, actually, not only in URS, but also just getting involved in the community in general. And then one thing led to another. They got me on the board of trustees, and going back to the mid-'70s, and I think the telethon started at that time. And it's just that, I've talked the rest of my family into saying that this is a great cause, folks. Let's help them out. So that's basically what started it.
All right, very good. Yeah, 27th year for WDTN. But let's roll the clock. Do we have the clock and the music ready?
Let's get the music going.
Okay, because thanks to Chuck, I'll let you get back to your phone here. Hopefully it's going to ring, because for the next 3 minutes, thanks to Charles Berry and the Berry Companies. Chuck Berry, you want to go by Chuck? Chuck it is. They got Charles on the screen, but we all know him as Chuck.
And I was hearing Charles Curran making phone calls, so if you're on his list, he's going to be calling you very soon. Montgomery County Commissioner Curran. Thank you.
All right, but again, we're matching. This is our final matching segment, I believe. This is it for this year.
It is. It's the final one.
Yep, sure enough. So if you've been holding out.
And Charles Berry, Chuck Berry is actually, I read on Chuck, I'm sorry. Chuck is matching this himself right here. I mean, this is you. So, yeah.
Those phones are ringing. People just love it when I part with my money. That's what my brothers say. They say, Chuck, you are so tight with the dollar, so I'm parting with some of them. Call in right now.
Chuck, would it be appropriate to say, let your fingers do the walking? What do you think?
Whatever it takes to get those phones to ring.
And your phone's ringing right now.
Uh-oh, better get it.
Get busy. All right, Chuck's going to hop on that phone. Less than 2 minutes left, our final matching segment for this year. If you'd like to pledge 100, you can only afford 50. Boy, now's the time to call, because your $50 pledge becomes $100 thanks to Charles Berry. Chuck Berry, sorry.
And you also get the great prizes. You also have a chance to win these beautiful phones. And again, I'd say in about 10 minutes or so, we're going to be doing the grand prizes, the bike and the tickets. So we have a minute and a half left. Please give us a call. You see the numbers. You see the website right there, ursdayton.org. And the phone number is 293-0200.
All right, as we continue to count down, Mike Scinto, you're ready over there at the Van Dyne Karate Board.
We are ready indeed, and I've got to say to both Mark and Colleen, and it was mentioned earlier today that thanks to WDTN and Channel 2 for doing this year after year after year. And I've got to tell you, Colleen asked us a question earlier as parents, what we do in the morning, and I got, Dan and Libby and Byron and my buddy whose elevator doesn't go to the top floor, Jim Booker. On Tune to the Sunrise, I wouldn't be without him, or you guys at night. And you guys are wonderful for doing this too. Got to tell you.
Our pleasure.
The Van Dyne Karate Corporate Board. These are folks who have have helped and have been there with the fight for URS throughout the year, and we want to thank them. Take just a moment to thank them. Kentner Sellers, we want to thank Kentner Sellers, Tim Heaney, Beezer, Greer, Landis, attorneys at law, EDS, another family favorite with the Scintos, A. Abel, and these beautiful mic flags are courtesy of the good folks at A. Abel, with a number of family services out there for you since 1937. Contemporary Pediatrics, Ober Companies, Orbit Movers and Erectors, Hines Incorporated, Clear Channel Radio, and Bond Bright Distributing. Thanks to one and all of you on the Van Dyne Karate Board. I'm not hearing the phones ring like I'd like to. We've just got a few more minutes left. Colleen, let's go back to you and see if we can get those phones ringing.
Mike, and of course, the person I want to talk to right now is Kathleen Bugler, and she's writing down an address right now. But we're talking about these phones, and now I'm going to see everybody here has been on the phone, which is wonderful.